howdy people, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about products that I used to love and giving you some updates, whether or not I still love them, all the deets on products that I used to love. And this was kind of inspired by a comment that I got the other day of someone talking about watching people declutter things that they used to love. It just kind of got me thinking, like, we change our minds so much and there's so many new products always coming into the mix and always topping the last thing we tried. So it's easy to kind of get caught up in the new stuff, and it's easy to replace what you used to love. I've hopped on Pinterest and I went to my beauty favorites board, which I used to be all about. I never get on Pinterest anymore. Is anyone else the same way? Like, I feel like Pinterest died. And I didn't get the memo. Like, I wasn't invited to the visitation or the funeral. I didn't hear the eulogy. Like, what gives? There were so many things I completely forgot about and things I used to absolutely love, and I thought they were the end all be all and there was nothing better than them. I never find anything that's better. And I did. I just want to kind of go through my Pinterest board and just, I don't know, take a little walk down memory lane, a little makeup memory lane. So before we get started, if you're new here, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel and stick around, and also turn your bell on so that you never miss an upload. And while we're talking about it, while it's fresh on your mind, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you end up enjoying it, and if you want to see more like it. I know you haven't watched it yet, but you're gonna enjoy it. And without further ado, let's dive into Pinterest and talk about some things that I used to love that I may or may not just completely avoid now. First up is the Badescu Rose Water Spray. This is actually still popping. Like, this is still a very popular product. Ever since I tried the Suave Revitalizing Rose Mist, oh my god. This stuff doesn't hold a candle to that Suave one, and I've just tried so much better. It doesn't do half as much as like what my rose water spray does, as what other toners I've tried do, but it's just so heavily fragranced, and I've really been trying to get away from super heavily fragranced products. So this has completely died to me. I don't use this anymore. I'll probably never repurchase this. Next up is something that I repped for so many years. If I didn't start using it in middle school, definitely high school, and that is this St. Ives Apricot Scrub. Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like there are still a lot of people out there that use this. This is still fairly popular on the market, but I feel like now we're a little bit more educated about what we should and shouldn't be doing to our skin. We now know that, number one, physical scrubs are not good for our skin, but also scrubs that have the really thick, you know, round beads, they can cause micro tears to the skin. So yeah, you're seeing an immediate gratification. Yes, you're seeing your skin smoother, and you have that, like, you see that visible difference in your skin whenever you use a physical scrub, but it's the damage that occurs throughout the years. I will never repurchase this again. Next up are some beach sprays. I used to rep the beach sprays every single day. Up until 2016, that's all I did to my hair. I would rarely put heat on it. The Marc Anthony Dream Waves beach spray was the last beach spray that I was obsessed with. I did a hair tutorial with this and everything, and I loved the effect that it gave me. It wasn't drying, it scrunched really nicely, but it wasn't crunchy and alcohol looking. Like, I didn't look like a freaking wet poodle. But I broke this bad boy back out the other day for the first time in years. And I don't know if my hair's just changed, like if my hair's just extra damaged or what the case is, but yeah, I just couldn't rock it like I used to. Maybe the bottle's just expired. Like, maybe it's too old. So I would like to try this again to see, because it was one of the best beach sprays I've ever tried. Then I had the Suave Sea Salt Spray. Now, this is something that I tried before the Marc Anthony one, and I was constantly trying to find new beach sprays and new sea salt sprays that would, you know, work better than the last one I tried. That's, you know, kind of the goal of everything that we try. But yeah, again, didn't make my hair dry or crunchy. That's pretty much what I was trying to go for with every beach spray. Like, I didn't want my hair to look gross like it used to. Like, I tried so many sprays that made my hair look like a wet dog. So all the ones I loved and raved about, they didn't do that. But I love this one. I'd be interested to see how it works now in my hair. The CoverGirl Outlast 3-in-1 Foundation. I had this in my collection for such a long time, and it got to a point where I had it for so long I stopped using it because the product was just old. Like, I just didn't want to put that on my face anymore. But this was the OG go-to Holy Grail full coverage long wearing foundation. This would last all day. It was sweat proof, transfer proof. It would cover up everything. I love this stuff. The Clarisonic, oh, the beloved Clarisonic that you would see in everyone's skincare routine. I actually don't use it anymore. I actually have it right here. I did buy the little brush head for it, but I never use it unless you're someone that wants to manually clean the device itself. It gets mold in it, and it's really gross, and I just don't trust that on my face. I did use this religiously for quite a few years, but it just got to a point where my skin once again, just kind of became immune to it. And, you know, those little heads, they're expensive. Now, granted, I wasn't buying the actual Clarisonic heads from like Sephora or anything. I'd buy them on eBay or Amazon or something like that. But, you know, for something to not work, I don't know. And plus, I was just kind of worried that it was just too much exfoliation. And the mold in it, you know, I thought maybe it's causing like fungal acne, or I don't know. Maybe it's actually making my acne worse where I don't clean it properly. So yeah, I no longer use that. The Biore Deep Pore Charcoal Cleanser. Whew, this was my ride or die cleanser for quite a while. This was my go-to, like I'm always gonna come back to you type cleanser. It always worked so well for my skin, and I always felt like it helped keep my skin clear and helped keep me, like it kind of helped keep my oil at bay. But the reason I haven't repurchased this is just because I don't feel like it has the best for your skin ingredients in it. I don't think it has anything horrible from what I remember, but towards the end of me using it, I actually got on one of those websites where you look at the ingredients in your products and it tells you whether or not it's safe and if anything's comedogenic or not. And there were a few ingredients in there that showed some cause for concern. They were comedogenic. Just to be safe, I just wanted to kind of take a step back and stop using it. So I'm not going to say I'll never repurchase this again, but I've just been more into Korean beauty. It's just safer that way. So yeah, I probably won't repurchase this for a very long time. And then the Johnson & Johnson Baby Oil Gel. This is what I use for shaving my legs. Oh, I remember when I used to care about that kind of stuff. A few years ago on Pinterest, you would see people shaving with like hair conditioner and baby oil. So this was kind of a twist for me on using baby oil. I tried baby oil, but it was just very slippery and it got all over your shower and your tub and whatnot. So I just kind of stopped using that. So I started using this in place of that, and it worked really, really well. You got a very close shave. Your legs were silky smooth. If you're someone that uses like shaving creams and stuff like that, and you actually care about shaving, definitely check out this baby oil gel. It works superbly, but I just use body wash now. I give no shits. The Anivia Post Shave Balm. Oh my God, this is something that we all used to use a few years ago for primer. Thank you, Nikki Tutorials. Back in 2015, 2016, something like that, Nikki Tutorials came out and said that she used this as a primer. I believe she said that it had similar ingredients to actual primers. I think she was talking about like dimethicone and silicones and stuff like that. Hair conditioner has silicones, just like facial primers. It doesn't mean you put it on your face. I swore up and down was a good primer. You know, it was kind of one of those things like, I'm rebelling, I'm going against the grain. It didn't do anything, but we got it in our heads that it did because, you know, other YouTubers were telling us that it did, and I would never do this again. Now I'm gonna migrate over to Pinterest and see what we got going on. So on here I have the Essence Olive Stage eyeshadow base. I still love this stuff. I actually bought like 2 or 3 of these whenever I left the big orange store, and I still have my discount. I just haven't used it in a while because I'm trying to use up other stuff. But yeah, this is like my favorite eye primer. It has concealing properties. It doesn't make my eyeshadows crease or fade throughout the day. I love this stuff. So yeah, this is one of the only ones I feel like we've talked about, if not the only one that we've talked about, that is still standing, like it's still in my collection. The Avon Extra Lasting Foundation. Oh man, this is like, oh, this was my first video feature. Whenever I first started YouTube, I compared this one to the Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation, and they were dupes, like dead on dupes. So that was kind of my introduction to the dupe scene, and I was very, very proud of that because no one else ever talked about Avon or any kind of dupe for that foundation, which I loved at the time. They don't make this anymore. Pretty much everything that I used to love with Avon is not made anymore. The Avon Ideal Flawless Foundation, I still have that one in my collection. I think I bought this on eBay probably a year and a half or so ago. I've never used it because the shade is wildly off, but this is like a really, really full coverage glowy foundation. It's so, so pretty. I don't think they have this one as well. Avon is so horrible about discontinuing everything, so don't get attached to anything. Tan-wise, self-tanners. I love this stuff. I'm not a big self-tanner. I'm too lazy for it. I just don't care enough anymore. This is the best self-tanner, in my opinion, on the market. You can find these at Sally's. I still have these. Probably need to update them because they are fairly old. The self-tanning mousse is incredible. It has a nice like olivey undertone, so if you're someone that tans to be more olivey, like if you're not someone that tans to be super orange or bronze or, you know, red or whatever, this is perfect. And for me, where I do tan to be more olive, it is so natural. It fades really evenly. It doesn't fade off splotchy or anything. And then the Tan Wise Bronzing Face Gel, I love this stuff. It definitely has a different undertone than the bronzing mousse. This one has more of a bronze undertone, but it just makes your skin look so clear, and it never broke me out or anything. It just gives you a beautiful glow, and again, it fades off very evenly. If you need a good self tanner, these two, like this line, is the absolute best. The Neutrogena Skin Clearing Foundation was my ride or die in high school. This was something that I bought, oh my God, I probably bought this 2 or 3 different times, different occasions. Like, this is one that whenever I used it, I always got compliments on my skin. My skin always looked really good. And I mean, as far as the skin clearing aspect of it, it definitely didn't break out my skin. I don't know if it kept it clear. I mean, I never really had clear skin, so I don't know about that, but it was just such a pretty foundation. It's like a medium to full coverage from what I remember. I kind of forgot, I haven't used it in so many years. I remember it having more of like a natural or like a demi-matte finish. Like, it wasn't super matte, it wasn't super dewy. I remember it kind of being more in the middle, and it just held up so well on me throughout the day. It's just a beautiful foundation. This is something I would definitely retry again. The Physicians Formula New Wear Touch of Glow Foundation. I'm actually about to talk about this in a future video, so stay tuned if you want more of like an in-depth review. It's not something you can find everywhere anymore. I don't know why, because it's not discontinued. You can still find it at some stores, but you can definitely still find it online. Beautiful, dewy, glowy, full coverage foundation that lasts all day long, even on oily skin. Physicians Formula foundations, they're so underrated. I still have this one in my collection. It's just not the right shade. The shade range of Physicians Formula, like they don't understand that there are more shades than light and light medium. Amazing foundation if you can find your shade. And then the Garnier Micellar Water for waterproof makeup. Man, this stuff was so good. I just stopped using micellar water. Cleansing oil does so much more for me. I feel like it actually leaves behind like good for your skin benefits, like it's hydrating and it's smoothing, it kind of breaks down anything that's oil soluble. I would definitely repurchase this again because it worked really well. The waterproof one in the blue top is definitely better than the pink one, like the original. Neutrogena Rapid Clear Treatment Pads. So these are just a little salicylic based acne toner pad. These worked so well, and funny story, I was actually about to pick these up a couple of days ago at the store because my skin's been breaking out really bad, and it's just like, I remember this working so well for my skin, but I started looking at the ingredients and there is alcohol in here. I would definitely pick this up. Like, I still might, but I would like to try other treatment pads first, like maybe some Korean ones or just another brand that doesn't have alcohol or, you know, bad for your skin ingredients in it, but it works. Colourpop Super Shock highlighters and blushes. The highlighters I still use. I love them. These are basically just a cream formula. They're that, you know, really cool, bouncy, kind of like, not a jelly, but they're just like bouncy and whipped and mousse-like. But the highlighters, let's talk about the highlighters first. These don't dry up as fast as like the bronzers or the blush do, where their shimmer, it just seems like they stay a lot more hydrated longer, but give your skin such a beautiful dewy sheen. They sit so nicely on the skin. They stay all day long. The Super Shock line from Colourpop is extremely long wearing with everything I've tried. The Super Shock eyeshadows, the blush, the highlighters, all of it. Such a good formula. Now the blush, whenever I first started trying it, like whenever I was first introduced to Colourpop, I loved these. They gave my skin such a soft, like velvety airbrush finish, and they lasted all day long. They were about like stains. Like, I considered these to be stains, but they dry out so fast, and that sucks whenever you buy multiple colors at a time because you're not gonna use them all up. So if you do wanna try these, I believe they still have these Super Shock blushes, but if you wanna try them, just get 1 or 2 at a time, like use them up. So that is it for some products I used to love and some updates. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought it would be fun and different. What are some products that you used to love? What are some products that you used to be a die-hard fan of, but they've just been replaced because new formulas come about and new products come out and they're better sometimes, not all the times. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, give it a thumbs up if you did and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.